sesi pequeno.
This week on the Bedroom Talk Show, we are discussing creating generational wealth and leaving a legacy. With your host, Crystal J. And our guest this week is Dobson. Stay tuned.
Sesi pequeno.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Crystal J, and I'm back. You already know, with a great episode with the Bedroom Show. And I do want to let you guys know, I already noticed I'm having technical difficulties. I already see that I'm lagging. So if we don't get to your questions, trust me, I'm going to try. And I want to apologize for any sound problems because I already see it a little bit. But let's get right into it. I guess is Miss Dr. Dawson, and you guys, she's gonna be talking about student loans. I am so excited because you guys, the girl is in debt. I'm trying to do it. Okay, I'm not in like over $50,000 debt. I ain't that far in debt, but I'm still in student loan debt. So I'm gonna let my guest introduce herself, and we're gonna get right into it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and share with your family and friends. Because don't we all got student loan debt? Let's get to it.
Hi, everybody. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to have me on the show. I am Dr. Genevieve Dobson. I am a student loan expert, so I've been in the student loan industry for, what has it been? 16 years now. So I know everything with regards to student loan management. I know a ton with regards to credit management. So it's definitely a field that I love and I'm passionate about. And because of all of these amazing changes that we see coming through the pipeline with Biden's administration, there's a lot of things that people really need to understand that's going to happen this year that are pretty exciting. So I'm really excited to talk to you, and I'm glad that I'm on the show.
No, I am very happy to have you on the show. And you guys, she's currently out and about. I know my viewers are not used to that, so just bear with us. And we're gonna get right into the questions. So, like I said, I noticed that I am lagged a little bit, so I want to apologize for my lagging. I'm so sorry. So we're gonna get right into the questions, you guys. So she already said that she's a student loan expert. She's been doing this for 16 years. She's even a third-time author as well. And why I'm so excited to interview her, because she also have an ebook on how to take back control of your student loan debt and manage it. So I have not downloaded it yet. I'm very transparent with my viewers, but I am going to. I really research the guests that I bring on here, you guys, and I hope you guys are loving the guests and getting this free knowledge that the Bedroom Talk Show is giving you guys. So we're gonna get right into the questions. And the first question, give me 1 second, you guys. The first question is, what made you start the Degrees of Success? Like, what made you start your company? What made you even want to help people get out of debt with their student loans? Like,
Management organization out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I was just so intrigued by everything I was learning about student loan debt. And the more I helped people and the more excited they were, the better I was. So it just filled my heart to know that I was able to remove people's astronomical amounts of debt. I've helped people settle sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Most recently, I had a gentleman, I settled about $177,000 that he got settled that he does not have to pay. So it was really important for me to do that. And I just wanted to let the viewers know that normally I would be home. I did have a death in the family, and so I'm not in my normal element. But I wanted everybody to be aware that normally this would be something that I would do out of my home office. But I definitely enjoy what I do with regards to just helping people and making sure that they do not have to deal with the burden of their student loan debt, that they can actually buy the things that they want, houses, cars, have kids, and not have to deal with wondering if they're going to be able to pay off this debt or if it's going to be there forever. So that's always been a great goal of mine.
Well, I'm happy that is a goal of yours. And I want to take time to say thank you for even coming on here. If I would have known you had a death in the family, I would have postponed your episode because I'm all about family. So I had mute your mic. I know I can hear you.
Yeah.
But I'm all about family.
Yeah, me too. It was very sudden. My sister passed, but I still want to help people, and I want to get the message out there how important it is to take control of your student debt. And so it was important for me to be here. So I'm glad that we're still doing this.
Of course, and you know what? Whenever you we can reschedule another episode too to redo this one more time.
Yes,
It's totally up to you. Because I think it's important that we do work on our student loans. So I'm not sure if I
absolutely.
have any comments. So let me get to the next question. The next question is, how did you become a student loan expert? Like what made you want to get into student loans?
Yeah, so initially I had no interest in student loans. When I started working in the industry, I was an undergrad student myself, and then once I learned more about it and understood that there's all these factors and all these things that people don't know, and there's all these ways of getting out of it and better options, and I was like, oh my goodness, why don't everybody know this? And most people don't know, and that is what brought me into the industry because I realized that it was so important for people to really understand that they had options. They didn't have to go into default. They didn't have to struggle with the debt. And from then, after putting in 16 years and countless hours, that's what really made me an expert because I studied it, I understood it, I started to learn what my options were, I started to help thousands of clients and borrowers. And, from there, it just really solidified, what my goal was. So I was always excited to just help, and that was the key.
Well, that's always good. My next question for you is, what are 5 tips for someone trying to become debt free? What are the first 5 tips you would give someone? Now, let me repeat that question because I saw I was lagging. So, what are the 5 tips you would give someone who's trying to become debt free? And in the audience, if I'm still lagging, I can repeat the question one more time. But it's also on the screen, but I do know that this is on my podcast too. So I'm going to say it again. What are the 5 tips for someone trying to become debt free?
Yes. So tip number one is do not ignore it. A lot of people ignore their debt and they don't manage it, and it just becomes a bigger and bigger problem. So that would be number one. Number two, get more involved and more organized so that you know, like, okay, how much do I owe? What are my options? What can I do? Three, contact all the collection companies or the people that own the debt and see what you can do. Are there settlement options? Are there other avenues that you can take advantage of? It's really important to just know what those options are. Four, stay on track with knowing what the government regulations are. Government regulations change all the time. I find a lot of times that people don't even realize that they have these new options because they haven't really been paying attention to what's going on out there. And number five, which I think is very important, is make sure to hire somebody to do something that you're not an expert in. If it's just not your thing, then maybe putting the time, energy, and money into somebody else doing it for you is the best way to really manage that debt and help you get debt free at that point.
I agree. I would hire somebody because I'm not an expert in that. Like, not. I agree. I think we have to get out the mindset we can do everything ourselves, and I think we have to just learn it's okay to pay somebody to fix the problem for me. So, tip 5, that was for somebody.
Yes.
Now I know you have resource. I know you have free resources on your website that you offer to your clientele who actually join your website, and I posted right here, you guys, studentloanmanagement.info/resource. So my question for you is, what are some resources we can use to better manage our current debt or our current student loans? Since that's what you're an expert at, what are some resources that we can use? And I'm about to unmute you, and I'll be right back.
So the number one best resource is to contact me. I do free consultations. So that gives you an opportunity to call me, ask me your questions, find out what your options are, and then you can go from there. Whether you decide, oh, okay, this is pretty easy, I can do it myself, or oh, maybe I need her, or maybe I need to call somebody else, but at least you have the information that you need. Contact me. You can schedule a free call by going to my website, which is the studentloanmanagement.info site, and you can now talk to an expert and figure out what your options are and go from there and decide, the best option for your particular situation.
All righty. So my next question for you is, and if anybody have any questions in the audience, you guys are more than welcome to ask me a question or ask her a question. Um, do you have any up and coming financial? Sorry. Do you have any up and coming seminars?
So I
I
do
know you. I know
have
you have.
seminars. Yeah, I do have a few
I do
coming
know
up.
you
I'm
have
going to be
some.
doing one with, yeah, I have one coming up with CFS. It's a certified financial
Mhm.
services company out of New Jersey. So I have that event coming up. I have another one coming up. Actually, on my honeymoon, I'll be on my honeymoon next week in Mexico, but I still have an event that Saturday with some wonderful women who want to make sure that people understand credit management and debt management options. So I have tons of different seminars that will be available. I'll make sure that they're available on my Facebook page so people can come and check that out. And then I'm always doing seminars in the Tampa Bay area, which is where I live. Once things open up again, I'm hoping to have an actual seminar where people can come and they can enjoy some food and they can sit down and they can take notes. So I am still scheduling that, and I'm hoping to have that sometime in the next year. But there's always something going on, and I will have some more coming up online where I do some Facebook Lives and some Zoom seminars. So I will make sure that those are posted soon.
All righty. And we'll be right back, you guys. We're going right to commercial break, and I'll see you in about 45 seconds. Hi, my name is Crystal Jordan, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but I am dropping a coloring book based on autism, yes, and it's called Just Like You. I want to bring awareness to autism, which is a social disorder. And with that being stated, my son is my inspiration. The name of my new brand is called Zachariah's World. I cannot wait to share it with my friends and family. I cannot wait for you guys to get this coloring book in hand and share it with generations and be able to teach your kids, and they teach their kids about autism. Yes, autism. I think it's something so amazing, and this would be a great way to share it in schools, hospitals, doctor offices, even dentist office. Why not? And even the library. So if you're all into supporting me and my son, please check out Just Like Me, coming soon. I hope you guys enjoyed the commercial break. We getting right back to it. Today's episode is going to be a lot quick. Well, not a lot. It's going to be really quick because my sister had a family emergency. This is the episode, so I'm trying to make it as quick as possible so she can go handle that. So it's not your typical. This isn't your typical long episode with me today, you guys. I just wanted to throw that out there. But anybody have any questions about student loan debts or how to correct them, I drop the information below. And it's pretty much it. But I know you're a student loan expert. That's number one. But and I also know that you. So my next question is, since COVID, how have you been able to get the word out to future students and current students who are already in college about how to make better decisions about their education and loans and grants and scholarships? Because I know that's what you do. You also have that as well. I know you also have a service where you also help people eliminate their student loans debt as well. It's called forgiveness. So can we get into that topic? And I'm about to unmute you, okay?
Absolutely. So, number one, it has been a lot harder in the midst of COVID to really connect with students. Normally, I do seminars at the university, so I've spoken at Howard and UPenn and Temple and Rutgers and University of Tampa and so many more. So with COVID, it's been a little more difficult, and plus, a lot of students are kind of all over the place, and it has been harder. I am hoping to engage with them more as soon as graduation comes about here coming up in May. But that's definitely on the forefront. But as far as other services and things like that, yeah, I definitely do. Help people with forgiveness programs that the government offers, as well as getting people out of default, rehabilitation. There's so much more that they can do, and a lot of times people don't even realize they qualify for forgiveness. And it's so important when I get off the phone with them and I'm like, "Hey, you qualify for like 100,000 in forgiveness?" They're like, "No way." I'm like, yes. So it's really important just to get that information and knowledge out there so people know exactly what they should be doing and they have a path. That way they, have a direct line of like, okay, this is the steps that I take, and now I can get forgiveness, or I can get out of default, or I can get rehabilitated, or whatever it is that they need. But I definitely can handle all of those situations.
All right, so I know you've been featured on Yahoo, Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, and what was the other one? Business Insider. So I know you know what you're talking about. So do you have any last tips for my viewers on how to get out of debt for their student loans?
Yeah, so final tips is really like number one again, and I'm going to repeat it, is a lot of people that I deal with simply bury their heads in the sand. I talk about it in my first book, and I talk about it throughout every seminar that I've done. I think the biggest issue is that people ignore their debt, assuming that it's just going to go away, and it doesn't. So the number one tip is to say right now that you're going to handle the debt, you're going to do something about it, and you're not going to let it control you anymore. So, like one of my books is called "Take Back Control." And it is free on my website. So if you go to my website, it's studentloanmanagement.info, you can actually download the ebook for free and learn how to take back control of your student loans. And of course, get a free consultation with me where you can get the tips and tools to make it work.
All righty, you guys. Do any of my viewers have any questions before we end the live today? I just want to double check before. I'm trying to look in the back office. Okay, so if nobody have any questions for me or Dr. Dawson, this was the Bedroom Talk Show. Today's episode was a lot quicker than normal, but it's okay. I'm bringing her back for we can redo this episode when she have better time, when time permits her in her schedule, because I let the guests book based on their schedule, you guys, not mine. So that being said, if you tuned in a little late, you can rewatch. And if you can't rewatch, I can just DM you her website for the free resources and everything in her ebook, which is free on how to get out of debt. Who's not in debt? I'm in debt. I know you probably are too. You're not in debt. I need to be talking to you too. But this was the Bedroom Talk Show, and I'm your girl, Crystal J. And this is my beautiful guest. And next week, I have another episode coming up. We talk about colorism for the next 2 weeks in Black History Month. So I want you guys to know I'm talking about colorism for the next 2 weeks. So I cannot wait to meet my new guests. My lineup this year is crazy. I don't think you guys know what type of guests I found for you guys and what type of Black women I am interviewing. I am so excited to even create this platform for them to share their businesses with you and myself because I'm learning as I interview them. because I'm learning as I interview them. So with that being stated, you guys, this was the Bedroom Talk Show, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And with that being stated, I know I'm lacking. Bye, you guys.